Testament of King Solomon, Part 2. So Onias took the finger ring and went off to Beelzebul, who has kingship over the demons. He said to him, Hither, Solomon calls thee. But Beelzebul, having heard, said to him, Tell me, who is this Solomon of whom thou speakest to me? Then Onias threw the ring at the chest of Beelzebul, saying, Solomon the king calls thee. But Beelzebul cried aloud with a mighty voice, and shut out a great burning flame of fire. And he arose and followed Onias, and came to Solomon. And when I saw the prince of demons, I glorified Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh, maker of the firmament and the earth. And I said, Blessed art thou, Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh Almighty, who has given to Solomon, thy servant, wisdom, the assessor of the wise, and have subjected unto me all the power of the devil. As I questioned him and said, Who art thou? The demon replied, I am Beelzebub, the ex-arch of the demons, and all the demons have their chief seats close to me. And I it is who make manifest the operations of each demon. And he promised to bring to me in bonds all the unclean spirits. And I again glorified Yahweh Elohim, creator of the firmament and the earth, as I do always give praise and thanks to Yahweh Elohim. I then asked of the demon if there were females among them. And when he told me that there were, I said that I desired to see them. So Beelzebul went off at high speed and brought unto me Onoskelis, that had a very pretty shape and the skin of a fair-hued woman, and she tossed her head. And when she was come, I said to her, Tell me, who art thou? But she said to me, I am called Onoskelis, a spirit wrought, looking on upon the earth. There is a golden cave where I lie, but I have a place that ever shifts or moves. At one time, I strangle men with a noose. At another, I creep up from the nature to the arms in worms. But my most frequent dwelling places are the precipices, the caves, ravines. Oftentimes, however, do I consort with men in the semblance of a woman, and above all with those of a dark skin, for they share my star with me, since they it is who privily or openly worship my star, Saturn, without knowing that they harm themselves. And but when my appetite for the further mischief, for they wish to provide money by means of memory, commemoration, but I supply a little to those who worship me fairly. And I, Solomon, questioned her about her birth, and she replied, I was born of a voice untimely, the so-called echo of a man's ordeal, dropped in a wood. For the demon born of an echo, we have an analog in the Hebrew, Bath Kol, the daughter of a voice, in the Gnostic hymn to Hermes. And I said to her, Under what star dost thou pass? And she answered me, Under the star of the full moon, for the reason that the moon travels over most things. Then I said to her, And what angel is it that frustrates thee? And she said to me, He that in thee, or through thee, is ruling. And I thought that she mocked me, and bade a soldier strike her. But she cried aloud and said, I am subjected to thee, O king, by the wisdom of Yahweh Elohim given to thee and by the angel Yael, also known as Joel, because there is no J in Hebrew. So instead of saying Joel, Yael. So I commanded her to spin the hemp for the ropes used in the building of the house of Yahweh Elohim. And accordingly, when I had sealed and bound her, she was so overcome and brought to nothing as to stand night and day spinning the hemp. And I at once bade another demon to be led unto me, and instantly there approached me the demon Asmodeus, bound, and I asked him, Who art thou? But he shot on me a glance of anger and rage, and said, And who art thou? And I said to him, Thus punish as thou art, answerest thou me? But he with rage said to me, But how shall I answer thee? For thou art a son of man, whereas I was born an angel's seed by a daughter of man, so that no word of our heavenly kind addressed to the earthborn can be overweening. Wherefore also my star is bright in heaven, and men call it some the wane, and some the dragon's child. I keep near unto the star, so ask me not many things. For thy kingdom also after a little time is to be disrupted, and thy glory is but for a season, and short will be thy tyranny over us. And then we shall again have free range over mankind, so as that they shall respect us as if we were gods, not knowing men that they are, the names of the angels set over us. And I, King Solomon, on hearing this, bound him more carefully, and ordered him to be flogged with thongs of oxhide, and to tell me humbly what was his name and what is his business. And he answered me thus, I am called Asmodeus among mortals, and my business is to plot against the newly wedded, so that they may not know one another. And I cut them, sever them utterly, separate them utterly by many calamities. And I waste away the beauty of virgin women and estrange their hearts. And I said to him, Is this thy only business? And he answered me, I transport men into fits of madness and desire when they have wives of their own, so that they leave them and go off by night and day to others that belong to other men, with the result that they commit sin and fall into murderous deeds. And I adjured him by the name of Yahweh Sabaoth, saying, Fear Yahweh Elohim, Asmodeus, and tell me by what angel thou art frustrated. But he said, By Raphael, the archangel that stands before the throne of Yahweh Elohim. But the liver and gall of a fish put me to flight when smoked over ashes of the tamarisk. I again asked him and said, Hide not anything from me, for I am King Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. Tell me the name of the fish thou reverest. And he answered, It is the Glanos, Glanos, by name, and is found in the rivers of Assyria. Wherefore it is that I roam about in those parts. And I said to him, Hast thou nothing else about thee, Asmodeus? And he answered, The power of Yahweh Elohim knoweth, which hath bound me with the indissoluble bonds of yonder one seal, that whatever I have told thee is true. I pray thee, King Solomon, condemn me not to go into water. But I smiled and said to him, As Yahweh Elohim of my fathers liveth, I will lay iron on thee to wear, but thou shalt also make the clay for the entire construction of the temple, treading it down with thy feet. And I ordered them to give him 10 water jars to carry water in. And the demon groaned terribly, and did the work I ordered him to do. And this I did, because that fierce demon Asmodeus knew even the future. And I, Solomon, glorified Yahweh Elohim, who gave wisdom to me, Solomon, his servant. And the liver of the fish and its gall I hung on the spike of a reed, and burned it over Asmodeus, because of his being so strong, and his unbearable malice was thus frustrated. Here ended the reading of the Testament of King Solomon, Part 2, chapters 13 to 25.